Well, hi folks, welcome back to the shop. Period Woodworker here. We're not going to do a woodworking and we're not going to do a sharpening stone this weekend. You know, every now and then you have to attend to other business and you have to do things to take precedence and you have to look at your other hobbies. This was kind of a gun weekend. I was cleaning a lot of guns. I did some shooting last week and so I kind of went around and grabbed a few out of their hiding places that you keep around the house for self-protection. And I thought, you know, I ought to show some of these great Browning high powers that I collect. They're one of my favorite guns. And I have some of them. Hopefully I have a few of them that maybe you have not seen before. So let me take a few minutes and set up and we're going to take a look at some Browning high powers today. But I've got kind of one of each of some of my special ones and thought I'd share with you. This one is probably the one that most of you are most familiar with. Let me unload this. This is a Browning high power 9mm. This gun from the serial number was sometime around 1975-76, I think, is when this high power was made. It's in beautiful shape. It's one with the original real small sights. They're non-adjustable sights. It doesn't have a whole lot of a foot on it to protect against hammer bite, and these high powers, they'll get you just like some of the other ones. We'll take a look at this high power. Another one that I really like, and I actually use this as a self-defense weapon. I don't think this one's loaded. This one's not loaded. This looks about the same as the other one. This is a Browning high power. It's a newer gun. It also does not have the adjustable sights. I like these sights that the older high powers have, and some of them do. It does have ambidextrous safeties on it, so you could use it from either side. But what a lot of you may not be familiar with and maybe haven't seen, this is a .40 Smith & Wesson. They do make those. They continue to make them now. This gun probably has the strongest recoil spring that I believe I've ever had on any of my automatic or semi-automatic pistols. So we'll look at that one in a minute. I do have one that I really have never shot. This is a 1978 Browning Centennial edition. It's a 9mm. Again, I haven't shot it. I just can't really bring myself to shoot it. But we'll take a closer look at this. It comes in this presentation case, and it's nickel plated. It has the Browning emblem in the handle. So we'll look closer at that. And finally, one that you probably have never seen. Well, maybe some of you have seen it. This is an unusual Browning. It was not made in the United States. Let me make sure this one's unloaded. The clip is loaded, but the gun's not. This is a Browning high power 30 Luger caliber. It's a little smaller than a 9mm. This gun is virtually mint. I do shoot this. The 30 Lugers are kind of hard to find. They are pretty expensive, and so I do a lot of reloading. They are a step-down cartridge, kind of like a 357 SIG is. And we'll take a look at that. So let me move the camera and we'll take a few more minutes and look at these close up. Okay, let's take a look at the 40. Pretty much the exact same design as the 9mm. It's just a heavier casting. I haven't weighed it, but this one does have, as I said, an ambidextrous safety on it. This is the stock grip that came on it. I often don't change them. This is a really good shooter. It's a good gun. I probably use this as much, if not a little bit more, than my 9mm to practice with. It does have a little bit more recoil. As I told you, it has one heck of a recoil spring. Probably one of the strongest that I've had. It actually is a real strain to clean this gun because of the strength of that recoil, but maybe I need another 1,000 rounds or so through it, so we'll see. Okay, let's take a look at the 30 Luger. All right, here we have the 30 Luger. Beautiful rosewood grips. Again, I think these are probably stock. I've seen other ones like this. I have seen some of them in different calibers, different Browning. It really makes this gun a joy to shoot. It's just molded to my hand. Smaller barrel than the 9mm. It's a 30 caliber bullet. I think it's about 105 grain, something like that. Beautiful gun. This one is a little bit different in that it has the flat rail across, or the flat machined in the top. I'm sure this was an extra step, but it really makes for an attractive looking gun. Let's take a look at the cartridge. As you can see, it's a step down cartridge. Much smaller than the, well, not much, it's smaller than the 357 SIG. And actually, if you were to be able to measure it from here down, it's just like a 9mm, and then it is stepped down to the 30 caliber. So this gun doesn't have an enormous amount of recoil. It's just a dream to shoot. The magazine looks just like the 9mm. It's a super shooter. If you ever have a chance to shoot one of these, or even more if you have a chance to pick one of these up, the hunt for the ammunition is well worth it. It's a beautiful gun, good shooter. Move on to the others. This is the older Browning high power 9mm. This gun has probably had more use than all of the others. It still is as tight as probably when it was made. It's got a few little scratches and stuff on it, but you can see the bluing, like on all of these older high powered, is just beyond what you can find normally nowadays. It's makes it very easy to clean and to keep clean. Typical 9mm barrel. I keep my guns very clean. They probably don't have more than 50 rounds through them at any one time before they're cleaned. And I guess maybe I baby them, but when you like something, you take care of it. Anyway, this is the their most common caliber in the Browning high power. You'd probably have to look around then the gun shops, the pawn shops, in order to find one that still is in as good a shape as this. You will find them with different sights, depending upon what you like. They've made probably 10 gazillion of these, so there are a lot of them out there, and you can't go wrong with a Browning high power. So now we'll take a look at the presentation model. Okay, and last we'll have a closer look at the presentation model. It came in a little walnut box, done very well. Has a plate on it, 1878 to 1978, Browning Centennial. So this was the 100th anniversary of either Browning or the high power or both or something like that. But this is just very similar to the ones that we've been taking a look at. Although this one has not really seen any service, it's just it's my one claim to vanity that I have one just to look at and admire every now and then. But I haven't shot it. Maybe I will one of these days. I don't know. But you can see the engraving on there, Browning Centennial, and it has the dates. It has the Browning emblem, the gold trigger. I'm sure it's not solid gold, it's gold plated. The other side. I've got fingerprints on my baby. There's the engraving on the other side that you can see. The sights and the top of it, all pretty much typical, except it's nickel plated. It's a beautiful gun. It is just my only gun that I have just to as a presentation model. I'm not a huge collector, but I collect a few things. But I love these high powers, and I've always had them, and I probably always will. I want to thank you for joining me for this look at the 4 of my favorite high powers. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. We're going to be going back to some woodworking projects. I'm even going to include a few shooting related wooden projects, such as a cleaning stand, and we're going to look at some reloading trays and stuff like that. But I hope that you will subscribe. I hope you rate the channel. Tell me whether you like this. Add any of your comments. So thanks for joining me. Period Woodworker here. Come back and see us. Thank you.